Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, archangels and ascended masters, for the perfect grace, perfect clarity, and perfect peace that's here for each of us right now. Thank you to the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this opportunity to lovingly surrender all that doesn't serve us or doesn't feel good, anything that ails us, to consciously embrace the help that is right here, and to let enlightenment light up our lives. Let's just breathe into all that. And if we could just notice right where you are, would be where you're sitting or lying down, if we could very simply notice Mary Magdalene being there and letting her align perfectly with your body. So if you're sitting, perhaps she's sitting on you. If you're lying down, perhaps she's lying on you. If we could feel her joints aligning with your joints, hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, her heart aligning with your heart, her brain connecting with your brain. If we could just feel all those connections, feet to feet, cheek to cheek. If we could just breathe into all that and just let Mary Magdalene act like a sponge and a server. If we could let her sponge up anything that feels murky or uncertain or plain old bad to you, if we could let her soak those things up, and if we could let her serve to you perfect clarity and perfect peace. So there's almost in a very subtle way, like a rotation of things, of her removing the things that don't serve you and her bringing forward to you the things that do. So if we could feel that refreshment indeed in our nervous systems, in our mental systems, in our energy, in our bodies, and in our emotions, if we could just breathe into all that, let all that happen. And if we could take in a breath, and if we could, so the phrase keeping it together, this doesn't mean if we don't keep it together, doesn't mean we fall apart. Let's just notice no requirement right now to keep it together. And so if that like moves things a couple notches down to like, okay, let's just be. Let's just breathe and allow ourselves to be. Let's notice that Mary Magdalene and the angels are completely connected to us on any way, shape, or form that we are. And we could perhaps notice them more readily by just being. So we'll just allow ourselves to be. And coming back to the perfect alignment of Mary Magdalene with your body, especially the joints. She's especially focused on hips and shoulders. So if we could feel, in essence, the frame of your body being paid attention to and letting any tension about your foundation, about standing still, standing tall, anything around being seen, visibility. And if we could let her move, this is almost feel like a different topic, but to her it's the same topic. Any projections coming toward you, be that a diagnosis, be that expectations, be that what you should do, how you should be, let's let all those things be deferred away from you. Let's just breathe in. Wonderful. And let's let Mary Magdalene, who has been aligned perhaps with the front of your body, let's let her be behind you also. And just letting her embrace you like a mother, like a grandmother. Just let her embrace you. Let's let her indeed, with her embrace from behind, touch your forehead and touch your heart. And so perhaps we'll notice her cool hand on your forehead and her warm hand on your heart. If we could feel her infusing, perhaps through chant and prayer, perhaps through humming, infusing her rhythm, her energy into your being right now, and letting that perfectly match what would serve you best right now. So if we could let her take care of you, and in the same breath, let's let Archangel Michael and Archangel Ariel specifically come forward and help you with anything that feels like too much. Let's let them lift, lifting your sight, lifting your spirits, lifting dread, lifting expectation. And let's indeed allow ourselves in this moment right now to just be and to do nothing else but to just be while Mary Magdalene, two Mary Magdalenes, sandwich you with love and take care of you, and while two archangels lift. And as we are just being, let's very simply take note of Archangel Ariel, removing the energy of other people from your energy field, from the room that you're in, from the structure that you're in, from the property you're on. Let's let her do that for you. Great. And we'll notice Archangel Gabriel being here too. With regard to communication, be that person to person or angel to person or person to angel, if we could just take note of Gabriel, the angel of communication, saying that you already know how to do all of that. And if we could just very simply let her do one thing, which is to turn up the volume, which may not be cranking it to 11, but it might be just turning up the volume. So, this said, if we could breathe in and with perfect clarity and perhaps no adjustment on your part, but perfect clarity all around, we could just lovingly notice you hearing Mary Magdalene, Michael, Ariel, and Gabriel perfectly. Wonderful. And revisiting two things that have been addressed, if we can notice taking things um, a notch down so we're even more present, even more here, even more available, even more relaxed. And if we could indeed feel again Mary Magdalene's hand on your heart and letting her hand go into your body to touch your physical heart. And letting the heart be the epicenter of your entire being. If we could just notice what it's like for this goddess, this loving goddess, to touch your physical heart and let messages be beamed everywhere to your consciousness, to your nervous system, to your cells, to your soul, to everyone connected with you. And if we could notice anything that feels too much, anything that feels like bruising of your heart, any depletion of your heart, if we could let Mary Magdalene help release anything that doesn't serve you and repair. Release and repair. So we'll just breathe in and let her do all that. This may not be for everyone, but Archangel Michael is showing himself. Basically, if there's a fight to be had, he'll do it. And if we could just notice what it's like to drop out of all fights. So we'll just breathe into that. And we'll notice that the angels are working on your behalf. And we'll let them be, and we'll focus once again on Mary Magdalene. If we could notice with her being incredibly close to you, with her hand on your physical heart, if we could just breathe in and listen to her, be that through seeing, hearing, knowing, feeling, or telepathy, if we could just breathe into all that and just let her communicate. Wonderful. If we could just breathe in and notice you being present right where you are. And if we could let two things happen at once, you maintaining where you are right now with angels and Mary Magdalene, let's let your soul self and the soul of Mary Magdalene fly up into the sky where there's perhaps a lot of color and the smell, the scent of fresh flowers and trees. And if we could let her take you to a place where you completely refresh, revive, and restore, where you are your perfectly healthy self, where your mind is clear. And there's you, there's her who loves you, and there's all this space, and everything gets refreshed, everything gets renewed. Everything becomes real. If we could notice that the reality of you is peaceful perfection, peace of mind, radiant health, clear communication, no distortion. So if we could just breathe and let that happen, letting all that happen. And to notice and know that everything is okay. And in this space, soul space of your soul and Mary Magdalene's soul, if you could also notice perfect protection, complete individualization of your energy to the point where you don't consider it, and just noticing it's safe for you to just be soul to soul with Mary Magdalene. And in this soul to soul space, if we could let her just very gently just move through you, her soul moving through your soul. She's calling that in a very positive, only a positive way, an injection. So if we could feel an injection of love, a passage of delight, a reframing of what's possible, and an embrace of great things. So we'll just breathe into all that. And in this soul to soul space, with everyone listening, including Mother, Father, God, let's notice the part of you that wants more. And perhaps there's a different way to look at that. So we're not getting into a negotiation. Let's very simply notice our words and let's very simply say out loud, I allow all of my needs to be met and exceeded right now. I revel in fulfillment right now. All of my needs are met. I am well. I'm seen and heard. I live in abundance. I know that great things are here. I celebrate my majestic life. I'm divinely connected. I am seen, heard, and cared for by angels, guides, and goddesses. Thank you. Wonderful. So we'll just breathe into all that. And from this soul, in this soul to soul space of you and Mary Magdalene, it's very simply just notice your physical self surrounded by angels. Let's notice what it's like as your soul self with Mary Magdalene to bless your physical life. And to feel more strength coming to you, more strength being present in your physical body, emotional body, mental body, spiritual body, more love. And if we can indeed breathe into there being more love and us adapting to receiving, living in the space where there's more love, recognizing on a soul level and a human level, there's a reason why we're alive right now and doing stuff. There's a reason why everything is happening right now. We're participating in it. And that we have a great deal to say about all that. And just more care in the world. So if we could just breathe into all these different things. Wonderful. And let's just notice a space where Mary Magdalene and the angels are here, but also you and your soul self acting as a guide for yourself and to yourself. It's very simply with perfection. Meet your own needs. More confidence, more peace, less worry, less fear. more love. It's okay to be fully alive. It's okay to wake up happy. It's okay to be scared. And it's okay to let help happen when we are scared. So we'll just breathe into all that. And let's notice this. If we could witness as your soul self, perhaps floating above your physical self, let's notice the soul of Mary Magdalene coming back to address and be right next to your physical self. So just witnessing the guide at work. If you could witness as your soul self how much the goddess Mary Magdalene loves you and loves your physical self, we could just breathe in and witness that goddess loving every single part of your physical life, your physical body, physical mind, your physical environment, all of your relationships, all of your connections, what's happening right now, which from her perspective is happening with purpose. It's not where things end. Let's very simply just witness all of that. And as we witness all of that, perhaps we allow all of that to have a glimmer of fun, a sense of adventure, moving away from the drudgery of life into like, okay, this is happening. I have help. There's goddesses and angels here. Let's let good things happen. And with witnessing all of this, let's very simply notice your soul self re-entering your physical body with help, like an answered prayer. If we could let, with your re-entrance into the body, letting Archangel Ariel specifically to lift off of you all that you have seen, perhaps through media or in person, films and television, the internet, that is too hard, too harsh. Let's let her lift all that off, all the bad news, just letting it all lift off and letting yourself have a personal experience. So taking off the table the global one. And it's very simply in this moment letting yourself have a personal experience. And if we could say out loud, I allow myself to have a personal experience of grace. I allow myself to be loved. I allow great things to happen. I allow great things to happen. Wonderful. So if we could take in a breath, if we could have a moment of perhaps some kind of opening gesture, which might involve arms, if we could also just for a moment have our mouths open, whatever that means to you. And let things go and let yourself receive. And if we could notice Mother Mary coming forward to join Mary Magdalene, Michael, and Ariel, if we could notice Mother Mary indeed acting like a mother in the most loving, compassionate way, and telling you, like a checklist, all the things that they're doing, which includes loving you, which includes hearing you, which includes answering your prayers, which includes miracles, which includes synchronicity, which includes great things. So we'll just breathe into all that. And with great goodness, great joy, great peace, great love, and great harmony, we quite simply, lovingly, and peacefully say to Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Michael, and Ariel, thank you so much. I honor my life. I honor life itself. I'm in sync with all the good. I choose to stay in sync with the good. My gaze is steady on the good. I have no need to divert my attention away from the good. I allow good to follow good. Thank you. And with generosity, peace, and ease, we thank the presence of Mother, Father, God, and all the archangels and ascended masters. We thank as well the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this opportunity in this moment, for wonderful peace, for resounding joy and clarity. We're so grateful to be grounded in love. We're so grateful to be connected. We're so grateful for good things to happen. And we're grateful for this moment right now. And with generosity, peace, ease, we thank Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Michael, and Gabriel, and Ariel. And we quite simply, lovingly ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time. And so it is.